we are going to see the cremation process or the cremation ceremony of a Naga Sadhu. Naga Sadhus are also recognized with supernatural powers, magical powers, and they have the ability to perform any kind of yogic practices. Actually, they are Hatha yogis. But over a period of time, these Hatha yogis got converted to Naga Sadhus. The cremation ritual starts with the Snan Vidhi, where the deceased saint is been settled on a stone asana, and all the disciples or even the Guru Bhai, or means the brothers from the same Guru, the disciples of the same Guru, perform the Snan Vidhi, or what we call it the sacred bath. The sacred bath is been done with water from various rivers of religious importance like Ganga, Yamuna, Narmada, Tapi, Godavari, etc. Once the entire bathing ceremony is over, then slowly and gradually the disciples are given the opportunity to offer the last sacred bath to their beloved Guru. And this is how the cremation process of the Guru starts. It continues for a lot of time because there are many disciples, there are many Guru Bhai who are offering the last sacred bath to the deceased yogi, and then starts the Tilak ceremony. In this Tilak ceremony, if the sadhu has been worshipping Shiva, the Tripund Vidhi is been taken place. And if he is a Vaishnavite, then the Vaishnav Tilak Vidhi takes place. Here, the sadhu is a Shaivite, so the Tilak Vidhi is the Tripund Tilak Vidhi which is taking place. As you can see, the disciples and other saints are applying the Tilak, the Tripund Tilak, on the forehead of the deceased sadhu. After this, the Bhasma Dhulan Vidhi takes place, where the saints and the disciples apply ashes on the body of the deceased sadhu. While in Sanatana Dharma, it is believed that any holy person who has been a sadhu, saint, never leaves this place, but they remain around the disciples and their sadhana stali in sukshma, that is minute format. Once the Bhasma Dhulan Vidhi starts, then the Bhasma, that is the sacred ash, is applied across the body of the deceased saint. As you can see, currently the Bhasma Dhulan Vidhi is being on, and the saints and the disciples are applying Bhasma on the entire body of the deceased Guru. The ashes are purposefully applied across the whole body, including on the hair or the jata of the sadhu. Once the Bhasma Dhulan Vidhi ends, again the Tripund Vidhi starts, which has been conducted by one of the senior saints of their sect, or a senior saint from some another sect can also apply this Tripund Tilak on the forehead of the deceased sadhu, which is known as the Antim Tripund Vidhi, means the last Tilak applying practice. Once the Tripund Vidhi ends, the sadhu is settled down in the Padmasana format, where his both hands are joined and his legs are crossed in the form of Padmasana. Afterwards, the procession starts. The body of the sadhu is taken in a procession and reaches the place where the burial practice of the sadhu is going to take place. Disciples, fellow saints, or gurus offer rose petals and flowers and garlands to the deceased sadhu, and they offer their prayers for the salvation of the soul. Also, they offer the prayers so that the energy of their prayers goes with the sadhu, and the sadhu gets more energy so that he can roam around in his own format, supporting and helping his disciples whenever required. If we think in a logical way, generally it is said that if the Atma has not got the moksha, then the Atma roams around. But here, the Gurus are given special powers where they get the moksha, but whenever they feel they can roam around across the world to support their disciples. And then the burial ceremony starts. In the burial ceremony, there is a small stone temple kind of stuff which is created, and the sadhu is installed inside the temple, and the saint starts chanting the Vedic hymns, the Vedic mantras, and slowly and gradually they start pouring salt first, followed by soil, and slowly and gradually the entire burial is conducted. Once the entire burial is conducted, the saints and the disciples start chanting Har Har Mahadev or Namah Parvati Pataye Har Har Mahadev, or they start chanting Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, or whatever the mantra or the prayers that is followed by that particular cult or the sect of the sadhu is always recited. And slowly and gradually after that, all the disciples start pouring the rose petals on the newly created tomb of the sadhu, and after that they pour salt so that the body gets decomposed easily in the soil with the help of the salt, which is a scientific reason of pouring the salt. After that, the soil is poured, and slowly and gradually the entire pit or the khadda of the burial place is covered with soil, and then a deepak, a light, a lantern is placed on the top of that tomb or the samadhi, and the light, the deepak is ignited with Vedic mantra chants, and slowly and gradually all the disciples, fellow saints or the senior saints pray to Lord Shiva, and then they slowly dispersed.